done so, if you turn in your blue book to page 21, you have an abbreviated description of our, financial position. As well, in the green book, or the blue book, you also have a green paper, which is our complete audited statements. If you had a chance to breeze through that before the meeting started, you're way ahead of most people in this world. The company that we have that does our audit for us, we're very pleased to have Todd Troyer. Todd, if you could stand. Yes, nice round of applause, that's very good. He is here today, and if you have any really technical questions, I'm going to direct you right over to him, not even to Carolyn. Given that most of you have not had a chance to breeze through the green paper, if you take a look at this information on page 21, 22, and 23, that gives you quite a nice overview of the status of our finances. As a person who sat in that audience many years ago and had real concerns about the status of our finances and how things were reported to us as a membership, I am so incredibly pleased at what we're able to produce now. This year through our audit, there were no items of concern identified, and we also didn't get a letter that said, there's a few little things that probably would be better if you did it this way. We didn't get any of that this year, and that is a real credit to the status of our finances. And that really is over to Linda Mary, who took on the task of sorting out our finances about 5 years ago. And it is just so redeeming for me as the treasurer especially, but as a member of this association more importantly, to see that our finances are in this state right now. And given that this is probably Linda Mary's last AGM with us, I would like to give her a special round of applause to thank her for her time. Because now when I ask a question, she not only can answer it, but she gives me 12 pages of information. And if any of you want to know anything about our financial statements and accounting, you just have a chat with Linda Mary afterwards, and she's the most excited person about finance I've ever met in my entire life. So she's just really been an asset to our organization. Do any of you have any questions about the financial statements that have been presented to you today? Probably because you haven't had a chance to really read and absorb that. If you do have specific questions, certainly after the meeting, if you're looking at some of the fine lines in the green paper, please feel free to ask Linda Mary, myself, or Todd if he chooses to stay. Don't inundate Todd. We want to keep him in our good books, okay? So be nice to him. If there are no questions, then it is. Oh, sorry. I'm really sorry.
I was just curious about the move from meetings in Vancouver to Victoria and what the financial benefit of that was.
There is a cost saving to that, although last year, because we had some additional meetings due to the strengthening our foundations, we had an additional delegate council meeting. Things may not be quite as clearly reflected as they might be in 2019. Off the top of your head, Linda Mary, what's our savings of being in Victoria versus being in Vancouver in the past?
I would say we had a fairly good savings between 2017 and 2018, but like I said, we had so many more meetings.
Was it between 7 and 10,000 or more? Between 7
Yes.
Between 7 to 10,000 between 2017 and 2018, but as I said previously, we had a lot more meetings last year because of the Strengthening Our Foundations project at committee levels, at an association level for the delegate council. So it's really not an overly accurate description. We do break it down, looking at, say, an individual board meeting, what does it cost for the board to come to Victoria versus Vancouver? Excuse me, and there is a substantial saving. That was not the only reason that the organization opted to move the meetings to Victoria. So it wasn't purely a financial reason. It was actually part of a policy that came from the board when David Patterson was the president, so that takes us back about 2.5 years, where the board as a group decided that the meetings needed to go not just to Vancouver, and there certainly is a plan to take some of our board meetings to much further afield than Victoria. That was a really long answer to your question, I'm sorry. Other questions? All right. That being the case, I would like to move that we adopt the financial report as has been presented. Shirley? Thank you. The second motion that we need to make is to appoint our auditors for next year. If any of you actually read the minutes of last year's meeting word by word, you would notice that there was a different accounting firm name as compared to what's in the published material from our audit. It's not that we have a different company. I did check that out with Linda Mary today because I was like, there's two names here, like, when did we change auditors? We have not changed auditors, the company changed its name. So we are moving forward with the same company that we have had. So what I would like to do is create a motion to appoint Baker Tilly Victoria Limited as BCACC's auditor for 2019. Kevin over there made the motion first. All right. And on that note, our financial statements and report is completed.